When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we back by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we back by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me. Hey.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we're in the book of Isaiah, chapter 50. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions?
Listen. Okay, there come Yaakov. Is the door locked?
Yeah. No, it ain't not.
Oh, it ain't. Well, he come on in. Lock that door when he come back in here. When he come in here.
Oh,
Are there no questions? All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Again, we are in prophet Isaiah, chapter 50. I want you to listen carefully to what is being read here. So what you're going to hear is the Messiah, the Shiach himself. Yahshua is speaking through Isaiah. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have you sold yourselves, and for your transgressions is your mother put away. Wherefore, when I came, verse 2, why, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinketh because there is no water, and die for thirst. I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering.
Do you understand what he's saying here? He's glorifying himself. I can do all these things, but you sold yourself. Now I got to get you back. Don't you think I got power enough to bring you back to me? Right? Now that's Isaiah. Yahweh speaking through Isaiah. I can do these things, but you got your own iniquities cause you to be separated from me. Right? Go ahead, brother Stan.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 4. The Adonai Elohim have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning, he wakeneth mine ear to hear as to learn.
Now, this is a change. This is someone else talking here. But listen to what he's saying. Go ahead, read that verse again, brother Stan.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 4. The Adonai Elohim have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning, he wakeneth mine ear to hear as to learn. The Adonai Elohim have opened mine ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turn away back. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that plucked off the hair. I hid not my face from shame and spitting. But the Adonai Elohim will help me. Therefore shall I not be confounded. Therefore have I set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. He is near that justifies me. Who will contend with me? Let us stand together. Who is mine adversary? Let him come near to me. Behold, the Adonai Elohim will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they all shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. Who is among you that feareth Yahweh, that obeyeth the voice of his servant, that walketh in darkness and have no light? Let him trust in the name of Yahweh and stay upon his Elohim. Behold, all you that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire, and in the sparks that you have kindled. This shall you have a mine hand, you shall lie down in sorrow.
Now, consider what we just read here between chapter 4 and verse 4 and verse 10. Right, now, this is the Mashiach speaking through Isaiah. Shalom, brother. But in verse 11, look at what it said here. Behold, all you that kindle a fire, that compass yourself about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire and the spark that you have kindled. This shall you have of mine hand, you shall lie down in shame. These are the people that do not believe in Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe it's something else. So you walk in that light there, that you're gonna lie down in shame. Right? For not believing in the Mashiach. Go ahead, brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 1. Hearken to me, you that follow after righteousness, you that seek Yahweh. Look unto the rock whence you are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence you are dead. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him along, and blessed him, and increased him. For Yahweh shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people.
So what we're hearing here is a pedigree that we can trace our lineage all the way back to Abraham. So we are ancient people. But he's speaking to a people that are not in the land. He's speaking about the land as it's desolate. When you look over there in that land now, yeah, it don't look like the Garden of Eden. But you got strangers in the land of Israel, and the effect of those strangers in the land makes that land a desolation. But when you return to the land, it would be like the Garden of Eden. So this is your effect on the land itself. But the people in the land today, they got nuclear weapons buried in the ground. What's that all about? That could destroy the whole land, defile the whole land. So that is why the land is desolate up until the time. So this is to us. It's telling you that when you get back, the land's gonna be like the Garden of Eden. You are my friend Abraham. Now, Abraham is the only man on earth that Yahweh called a friend. He ain't said that to nobody else. So with this, and the Mashiach himself said that I'll no longer call you servants, but I'll call you my friends before they crucified. Right? So he wasn't talking about everybody else. He's just talking about the 12 disciples. So he said, now you're my friend, because I let you know everything. Now there's no mystery to what I'm saying. Yeah.
Are we as following the Messiah and listening to what the disciples, apostles wrote as far as in the epistles? Are we considered friends now, or are we still just servants? I mean, I know we servants, bro.
Are we his friends?
Considered friends now too?
No.
He said, no, that was a quick one.
Yeah, I mean,
Quick.
this is a one-on-one relationship, right? He was one with his disciples, but they saw him and he saw them. He said, now y'all are my friends. You seen him?
No.
See what I'm saying?
Any secrets?
See, have you spoken to him and he responded? No. About the verbally. I mean, you find a response in the book, yeah. But it was a relationship based on uh, camaraderie, right? They all went through the same thing. So did you go through what they went through? So how can you be his friend? Your servant. That's a great honor.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, because look who you're serving. So there's no complaint now when the kingdom is set up and you're in the kingdom. Maybe you and him can chop it up sometime, man. They call you friend too. Yeah. So when you're in the Christian church singing that song, "What a friend we have,"
I forgot about it.
yeah, y'all remember that song?
What friend we haven't seen. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That took it to another level.
hey
Then.
man, that's what he do. Go ahead, Steve.
Uh, Isaiah chapter 51, verse 5. My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and mine arm shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust.
Mhm.
Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished.
So let's look at that verse again. In verse 6, lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. So what he's describing here is at the end of 1,000 years, when the whole earth is consumed with fire. So that lake of fire was spread all over the world after the end of 1,000 years, spread all over the world, so that the people that are going to be raised up in that second resurrection will have room to be in pain with. Because there will be no, they will always be in pain forever. That's the whole thing about that. It's nothing they can do to relieve the pain. We got the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. And so he got thrown in the lake of fire. And I asked, what was he guilty of? Because only the unrighteous be thrown in the lake of fire. So he did well, ate well. Yes, sir.
I got a question.
Huh?
No, I have a question. When you say that they'd be burning forever,
Yeah,
well, that's not a death because he talks about the second death.
that's what I was talking about.
Well, death is mean no more.
What's that now?
If you're gonna burn forever, you're not dead.
Right, that's right.
You're living and you're being burnt.
Right.
So he says what I'm trying to get to is when Jesus is talking about the second death.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
talking about.
when you're dead, you're dead. There's
Yeah,
no
well,
more.
you're gonna be raised back up in the second death, and you're gonna die again. That's why they call it the second death.
Yeah. Okay, but you're saying that after you're going to be burning forever.
Yes,
Well, if you're burning forever, you're not dead.
right. No, you're not dead,
So
and you're
this
gonna be
not
in
the second
pain and
death.
in suffering. Yeah, you're gonna die. You're gonna be dying in pain,
Right.
but you won't die because that suffering will be forever. Just like come in late, making noise. You got a question, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say for him, if there's an eternal life, there gotta be an eternal death too, right?
Right,
But when you raised up,
right,
when you raised up, that's spiritual,
right.
and that body can't die no more.
That's right.
So if it's an eternal life,
Right.
then it has to also be an eternal death. So we're gonna live eternally.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, no, that's my point. Life does not cease.
Right.
Because if you die, you're going to be raised back up, depending on what resurrection you raise up in. The first resurrection or the second resurrection. The second resurrection comes 1,000 years after the first resurrection. And that first resurrection, that second resurrection, in the first resurrection, death has no power over you no more. You are there to live forever. That's in the first resurrection. The second resurrection, you will also live forever, but you're going to stand before the great white throne of judgment. They're going to find that your name is not written in the book of life. They're going to throw you in the lake of fire. That's it. Yeah.
Eternal damnation is death in itself, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, we said the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Yahweh's judgment upon those people that was not raised up in the first resurrection. This is Yahweh's judgment. They face the great white throne of judgment. So they look at to see the things that they've done in their life. Then they look to see if their names are written in the book of life, and the names won't be there. So what's the point of them being around? So if you if you die, you raised up in the first resurrection, yeah, you'll live forever. You won't ever die again. But you'll be living among people that can die. Right? So you have a special place in the kingdom. When you raise back up, you know what you're going to be. What you're going to be doing? You're going to be priests. to the Mashiach, and to Elohim, to God. Right? That's your sole responsibility to be priest. Man or woman. If she raised back up, she's not going to be raised up as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So that's the point of the lake of fire. All right. Those people that did something so terrible that they cannot be forgiven of it. Let's go to Revelation 21.
Mhm.
Let me show you what I'm talking. Let's go to Revelation 20. We start there and work our way through Revelation 21.
Where we starting at, bro?
We can start at verse 1 because we want to set this whole thing up. Now, in verse 19, we have the destruction of all those armies, all those people that in Armageddon, all those armies that came up against Jerusalem. They're going to be destroyed. So now, in chapter 20, we're looking at 1,000 years of peace and prosperity, right?
Well,
You
these
know,
people coming from, El?
my question exactly. It's kind of scary. Y'all do know
Law must be
y'all
up
are
in
scary, bro.
It's rough out there, man. Being separated from y'all, yeah.
What did he say?
being separated from Yahweh. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Talking about the second note.
yeah,
Like when you
yeah, yeah. And that's my point. See, it'll be when they look at it. Well, let's read it. Let's go ahead and read it. I'll pick it up at chapter 20 and verse 1, brother Stephen. This will be after the destruction of all those great arms and the kingdom is set up. Go ahead, brother Stephen.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season.
Now you see why there's so much turmoil in the world. Satan been causing a lot of these things because he's a prince of this world, so he's doing his job. So now they're gonna bound Satan so he don't deceive no one no more for 1,000 years. So that means that the world will be at peace. There'll be no need for war, no more need for crime, and all the things that cause people to get upset. That won't be Satan won't be part of that. So you're gonna have peace on earth, right? Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahshua and for the word of Elohim, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000
We're
years.
talking about those people that died and the Mashiach died for the word of Yahweh, and they'll raise back up, right? It says they're going to reign with the Mashiach 1,000 years. So he won't be just king sitting on that throne. It's going to be other people with him. Go ahead, brother Stephen.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection.
Now the resurrection comes in two parts. A first resurrection and a second resurrection, right? This is the first resurrection of the righteous that Yahweh saw that they were worthy of eternal life. So you got to be worthy of it. Go ahead, brother Stephen.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 6. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second that have no power, but they shall be priests of Elohim and of the Mashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
Now, why just 1,000 years? Why not forever?
So after 1,000 years, did Satan be let loose for a season?
Yeah, but why just 1,000 years?
Oh, to complete the Sabbath.
No, okay. You
Right.
got
Complete the
it.
Sabbath.
It took 6 days to create heaven and earth and everything therein, right? And Yahweh Elohim rested on the seventh day. But man did not get that rest because on the sixth day, the serpent was in that God temple and they fell. Death came into the world. So man was supposed to live forever. But he broke the commandment not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. He did it anyway. Now we got death on it. He warned him, you do that, you're going to die. So now we deal with death. But again, what we have here is the final week, the final day of the week. It's the seventh day that man did not attain to. Now man has attained to that seventh day of Sabbath. Okay, Sabbath is a day of rest. So now man can rest.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance to rest when he was in the garden. Got kicked out the garden. So now man finally get that rest that man really needed, so they can have peace in the world. Right? Go ahead, brother. Chap.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from Elohim out of heaven and devoured them.
So we got the same narrative in Ezekiel 38, near the words of Satan will be let out of his prison. He's going to go forth up into Russia and decide to see the Russians that's coming down and try to rob and kill the people in Jerusalem, in the land of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But Yahweh's allowing that, but see, they won't make it that far because fire and brimstone going to come out of heaven and burn them up. So we're not even going to have to worry about that. We can see it, but we won't have to worry about that because fire and brimstone going to come out of heaven. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
So that should be a crime prevention sign because you're going to see two men in a lake of fire burning for 1,000 years, but they can't die. They're just being tormented. Tells you over and over that's weeping and gnashing of teeth because all that pain there's no relief for it, right? And they've been in that lake of fire for 1,000 years. So that'd be again crime prevention because people will look at them folks and say, I don't want to go there. All right, so I'm gonna act right. Yeah, man.
So what happens to our people that are in Russia that's teaching them the law and overseeing to make sure they keep the law and teaching? What happens to them people that's in that area at the time when they decide they want to come attack us? What they gonna do with the people that's in that area that's teaching them the law and you know what I mean? That we got to go out to the world, teach the world a lot of commandments. What happens to our people that's in Russia at the time when they do this? That's teaching them the law, their families and stuff. That's teaching the law and the commandments. What happens to them?
Well, you gotta remember now they're coming out of Russia
Right,
down to the Holy Land.
right.
So there'll be people still there. Now these are the people that may be raised up or that may be brought into the land themselves. So the land of Russia is nothing going to happen to the land of Russia. It's just those armies.
I'm
So,
saying, when the owners come out to attack us, I mean, our people there, they come and attack us. When they attack people that's in their land, that's part of us.
well, they attack. No, Satan bringing that.
Yeah.
That's what his job is. He's got an issue with Israel himself. So he's not going to attack the people in the land, in his land. He's going to gather people from other land to go down to Israel to destroy Israel. That's the whole thing. Right? Got to remember, we got enemies, and Yahweh put us in a position to always have enemies. But when Satan's in that bottomless pit, we're going to have any enemies. That's when Zechariah chapter 8, verse 20 to 23 kicks in. Say, people come up to grab a skirt of a Jew and say, we will go with you because God, Elohim is with you. Right? So that'll be
This one.
Mm.
Shabbat shalom. So y'all go to school, Alabama. Now again, let me reiterate what we're dealing with here is that Satan gonna convince the Russians to come down and attack Jerusalem, attack the land of Israel, but Yahweh gonna cause fire and brimstone to come down and destroy all those armies before they get there. And now, in verse 10, it says, "And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever." Right. Again, these are the only two people in the lake of fire, so everybody sees them. Right. The lake of fire is going to be really close to our land. It's going to be in Esau's land.
Mhm.
That's where it's going to start off at. That'll be across the Jordan River, east of the Jordan River. So that will be where it begins. But it eventually it's going to consume the whole world. But go ahead, Brother Chad.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
So what we have here then is the second resurrection. And in the second resurrection, you're going to throw in the lake of fire because your name cannot be found in the book of life. They got all those things that you did during your life to cause you to be thrown in the lake of fire. So you'll see that you'll be justified. None you can say because of what you did in your lifetime. Now it's coming back. Everybody's going to be judged. What you going to say, Elder?
Death and hell, do they have an actual, are they gonna be given an actual body?
They're going to have an actual body, yeah.
Okay, so you got death and hell, and you got
Oh, you're talking about death and hell as far as being on the earth while the 1,000 years here?
yeah, going
Okay,
into
correctly. Yeah, you still will be able to die.
I mean, death and hell.
Still here. We'll be still here.
So are they spiritual, or do they have the actual?
Do they have an actual body?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so the beast and the false prophet has a body,
Right.
and the Antichrist is a spirit.
Right.
Okay, so you won't be able to see.
Well, the Antichrist.
You see the works of the Antichrist.
I don't want you to get confused about who the Antichrist is.
It's the spirit.
No.
Everybody
Don't believe.
The Antichrist are those that don't believe that the Mashiach was born.
Son.
Right. That they actually came.
Right.
Right. That's a Bible definition of Antichrist. But there is, when you talk about in the book of Revelation, the king of this earth, that one world order, well, that he's called the false prophet, not the Antichrist. And that's what white Christians get mixed up. They think that that's the Antichrist. No, that's a false prophet. Okay? Now, he's going to act like he's God. He's going to cause miracles to occur, and the people are going to believe, hey, that's God right there. Right? So the people are going to receive that name, number, and mark. And them people that receive that name, number, and mark, because you got to have that to make a living in that one world order. If you take that name, number, and mark, you're going to lake of fire. Right? Okay, so we got that clear for death and hell is concerned. These are attributes of Satan.
Right.
Right? So hell is just a grave. That's
Right.
all it is. Now, people don't realize that it's a pit. It's not some big cavern, fire coming out of it. That's not hell. You tell people to go to hell. That's what you think.
Right.
Right? But actually, it's just a grave. It's just a word that the translators use to describe the grave. But they took it and ran with it, and now you telling people to go to hell. thinking that that's what it's talking about. It's just a grave, right? So during that 1,000 years, yeah, death and hell will still be on the scene because you will still be sinning. Now consider this: now during that 1,000 years, the animal sacrifices are coming back, right? So that means your sins have to be atoned for. Now the Mashiach is not going to die again for you. So now you got to bring those animal sacrifices back to atone for your sin, whatever sin you committed. And there may be people that sin, judgment is death. That's why it said death and hell would still be there while Satan's in his bottomless pit. Because 1,000 years of peace doesn't mean that you'll be sinless, especially when you consider you're going to have people learning the law, and people making errors because they didn't know no better or did not know. You still have that sin that has to be atoned for. Now, if you murder somebody during that 1,000 years, you can't say Satan made me do it. Or you said the devil made me do it, or that I have an unclean spirit in me. No, you did that on your own. And so if you do that during that 1,000 years, yeah, you're going to the lake of fire. Because there should be nobody dying during that 1,000 years. You'll be able to live 1,000 years. If you're 40 years old now, 1,000 years kicked in tomorrow, by the end of that 1,000 years, you'll be 1,040 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Priest, what if you have unclean thought? Is that the same as committing the act?
One of the ways you get those unclean thoughts is the flesh, and the devil's not going to be here to tempt the flesh. So he's not going to have that kind of influence on your mind. Right? So when you look at a beautiful woman, that's all she is. You don't have no desire for her. Right? So that temptation, again, with flesh, but we still have a commandment that thou shalt not covet. Right? So that would be, but what is a judgment for not for coveting? There's no judgment. Right? So you're going to be, and understand where you're going to be at. You're going to be in the vicinity of angels, resurrected people. Those things of heaven will be downhill this earth, right? So you wouldn't be thinking in those terms to sin with your thoughts, because you're going to be seeing a lot of holy things. Right? So you can't. It's reflective. It's reflexive of what you're looking at, because nothing that you're looking at can tempt you, right? Okay, so let's get back to here. Understand what we just read here. We're talking about at the end of the 1,000 years that those people are going to be raised in the second resurrection. And these are the people whose names won't be found in the book of life. And these are the people going to be thrown into the lake of fire. Let's pick it up at verse 21, verse 1 to verse 8, Brother 7.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, Johanan, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Elohim out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Elohim is with man, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them, and be their God. And Elohim shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Aleph and Tav, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his Elohim, and he shall be my son.
Mm-hmm.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
So you understand what we're dealing with when you're talking about the second death. In the second death, you just will pack your bags and head to the lake of fire. You're not going past go. So that's what we were talking about earlier, that you're going to have two resurrections. The first one is going to be resurrected of the righteous, and the second resurrection, the resurrection of the unrighteous. You're going to be raised up to be killed again. That's why they call it the second death. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All right.
So if the Muslim believe when you die, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, if you die, you got a free pass.
Right.
You done dirt all your life, and you're not even being judged.
Right.
That's out there.
Well, that's what makes Christianity so attractive.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to answer for your sins.
Mhm.
You can do anything you want just so long as you're a Christian. As long as you're a Christian, you're guaranteed to go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard me read anything about anybody going to heaven during this time?
Mm-hmm.
See, Christians don't believe that bad people are going to be thrown in the lake of fire. They don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the deception of the devil, because you're not going to find Christianity in the Bible nowhere. No one in the Bible is practicing Christianity. Yes, sir.
I think that's what all religions. You just get to do what you want to do. You don't have to debate nothing. You just do what you want to do.
Right.
And go off to paradise, heaven,
Right.
or come back as a
Right.
person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just do what you want to do.
Well,
That's all religions. You just do what you want to do. You
and
don't have no rules, no standards. You just do what you want to do.
well, where they get that from? This is a doctrine that says God loves everybody, right? So they don't believe that you're going to the lake of fire, going to hell. Right? All Christians go to heaven. So where does that come from? It comes from the adversary of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why? In Isaiah 14, let me show you what the devil said. Let's go to Isaiah 14. You'll see, when we read here, it's the same doctrine of Christianity. Didn't they go to heaven last week? Yeah, man.
Oh,
Some of them went to heaven, man, and they couldn't get in. Yeah.
We're waiting on the ramp. Somebody admit.
That raptor doctrine been around since the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll take that back, because that didn't kick into the 1930s. Or was it 1830s? I think it's 1830. But nevertheless, that was in the 1920s that they predicted that JC was coming back. So you had 15 predictions since the 1920s. Ain't showed up yet. And they still show up to get raptured off. You hear about the people selling their property and everything that they had because they won't need it? Well, what you need with the money? Why don't you just give it to somebody? What, you going to spend your money up in heaven?
Came out of
Do they tax you up in heaven?
It was 1830s. John Nelson Darby.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
John Nelson Darby, 1830.
Yeah, okay. What's today's date? Fifth?
That raptor's a
know
new
it
thing. They've been around a little over 100 years.
So yeah, that rapture doctrine been around a long time. That's what made Christianity so attractive. And so white folks came up with it. So only white folks are gonna be raptured off to heaven. But then black folks say, well, what about us? We won't be raptured too. So they fell for the same oath. But let's look at who else wants to go to heaven. Let's go to Isaiah 14, pick it up at verse 12.
Say you want to be in heaven.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Now you see something going on here that's dramatic because Yahweh loved that glory, but Satan wanted too. So they're in competition, even though Satan can't do anything without Yahweh, but he's still rebellious, right? And he's in the garden in the form of a serpent, tricking Eve into breaking the law. So now he has dominion over the earth, right? Then he shows up in the Mashiach's face after 40 days of not eating or drinking. Now he's trying to tempt the Mashiach, right? But what the Mashiach had was just a law. And he threw the law of the serpent. So he couldn't tempt the Mashiach. It ain't like he didn't try. But every time he tempted him with something, he said, it is written, right? So what is it written? In the law. So that's why Satan has so much dominion over the world, because they don't keep Yahweh's law. So we can see it with our own eyes. We see it in the temptation of the Mashiach. So it was all about Yahweh. Will you keep Yahweh's law? No, we're going to church on Sunday. Will you keep Yahweh's law? No, we're going to eat some pork chops. Right? And whatever the flesh desires, that's what Satan is there for. And it's not like he can't tempt the best of us. Because didn't he tempt David?
That's right.
Didn't he get in David? Did he not get in Judas Iscariot? They couldn't stop themselves. That's how powerful Satan is. So if Yahweh allows Satan to get in you, then there's nothing you can do because you're just flesh. Satan is a spirit. So when that satanic spirit get in you, you can't help yourself. But Yahweh allowed that. Right? Because this is his dominion. Man lost his dominion. When he ate of the tree of good and evil, he brought that one commandment. So man lost his dominion. Now Satan has dominion. He's doing his job. He's lying, stealing, cheating, murdering. So that's his job. Yahweh allow him to do that. Yes, sir. Shabbat shalom, man.
Would it be safe to say that the people that's practicing witchcraft, sorcery, palm reading, all that,
People,
gotta speak up loud. People
what
that
now?
gotta speak up loud.
Speak up louder.
Yeah.
You need to speak up a little bit louder.
People that's practicing witchcraft, sorcery, palm reading, and all this, that's a spirit that they're not aware that they are of that spirit because they're practicing that.
They sought after those spirits, didn't they?
Yes.
It's not like the spirit came upon them.
Right.
They sought after those things. So if you're seeking after those unclean things, yeah, it's Satan telling you, hey, you need to check that out. And you fall for it because you know you don't know Yahweh's law. The law says you're supposed to kill a witch.
Right.
Right? So if you're not dead, then you got another fate coming to you because we got a law. Whether you know it or not, there's a law against witchcraft.
Yeah.
So Yahweh's giving them over to that because that's what he planned for them in the first place. So those people that are practicing witchcraft, they can't help themselves because Yahweh allowed them to do it. Right? Got to remember who that Yahweh is. He controls everything. Right? Even the people that are destined for the lake of fire.
Yes.
That's why they were born, to be thrown into the lake of fire.
So when we practice Christianity prior to coming into this truth, we didn't really know that we were serving Satan because of disobedience.
Right. They have no excuse, man.
Right.
They got this.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So what excuse does a Christian have? And he got the law right here in his hand. He has no excuse. Yeah.
That's deep.
Right. Right. They've had this law.
Mhm.
And they went right past it,
Mm-hmm.
went past the Mashiach, and went straight to Paul. Yeah.
You're supposed to kill witches. What about the people that go to the witches?
Run to the witches. Well, if you kill the witch, they won't run to her no more.
What I'm saying, but you already did. You already went to the palm readings and all that. So what happened to those people?
It's not like you're doing the deed.
Right.
Right. You falling for the trick.
Okay.
Right. So once the trick is removed, then you won't be held responsible for that no more. But we know that it's Satan that's causing you to do that. You don't know it. You're desperate. When you go to people like that, you're desperate.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, we
You can't find any remedy for nowhere else. So you went to the dark side, trying to find a remedy. So you found the remedy in someone. They're the ones going to be going to lake fire, not the one seeking the remedy.
Right.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't go to witches, and Saul did that same thing, right? Even though we didn't go to them witches, I think I'm correct. Reading the horoscopes,
Yes.
all us guilty of that. That's about the same thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Well, the sin and ignorance.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
one thing we have to keep remembering, because what Yahweh wants you to do in keeping His law, get you away from the horoscopes, get you away from the thing that people have normalized
Hmm.
that actually glorify the devil.
Hmm.
Right? Yes, sir.
There's a lot against going to wicked though, man. Going to seek out the people and then the law that we got.
Well, in America,
I mean, no, there's a law as far as in the Torah, as far as not going towards witches and see that. I'm trying to figure, ain't there a law somewhere?
yeah, in Exodus.
Okay.
You want to see? We got that straight by the.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, let's go to Exodus. We're gonna get back to this Isaiah 1 these days.
Yeah.
So what do we do if we know where one stay at? Just stay away from it?
You know where a witch stay at. What do you do? Just stay away from it?
Yeah, you get away from it.
Right by the, see right by the, say, it's a sighting.
All right.
That way we got a big sign in front of the house, they sighting.
What is that?
Got a sign in front of our house, exciting.
A psychic. Yeah, stay away from them too. I know that's legal in America. Yeah, witchcraft is legal.
Mm-hmm.
Satan worship is legal. Right. In Exodus 22, and verse 18, it says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." That's instant judgment right there.
What we gonna do with Beyonce?
Stay away from them.
Well, y'all the one watching them, man.
Yeah, I watch Beyonce.
Y'all, not only are you lusting after another man's wife,
Yeah, I know.
okay, now you're breaking up. She has
Yeah, I
power.
know.
And she's a witch.
She's a witch.
Oh my God.
A witch.
Now, that's a beautiful witch, but nevertheless, she's a witch. I think she's the queen of witches around here somewhere, isn't she?
I think you're right, bro.
Um, so you heard what the verdict was about the witch, what was supposed to do with a witch? That didn't stop witchcraft from being in our country, though. Because back in them days, that's all people knew: sorcery, witchcraft, uh, what is it, astronomy, astrology. That's all they had. They didn't have science and technology back in them days. So they had to have an answer for everything else that happened in the world. Whereas today we got science and technology say, well, this causes this and this causes that. We can fix it this way, we can fix it that way. They didn't have it back in that like that in those days. So they believed there were witches around, there were demons and unclean spirits around, like in Balaam.
Mm-hmm.
He was a diviner, but he would make sacrifices to his gods. But this time he made sacrifices to Yahweh, and Yahweh answered him.
Mm-hmm.
But not because of those sacrifices, but he saw an opportunity to get a diviner to glorify me and glorify my people.
Okay.
Right. So he used Balaam, and after he finished using Balaam, later on they killed him. While he brought them on the Midianites.
Now we got the glory.
Yeah, he got his glory, didn't he? And Balak was scared of the children of Israel. So he told him to go and curse him. And it said he blessed him. Now Balak mad at him. So get out of here. Didn't I tell you I can't do nothing without Yahweh telling me to do that? He let him know. I ain't got no power in this. And I'm a diviner. I'm a sorcerer. And I have no power in this. I have to do what I'm told to do. Where else on earth have you ever heard of a man talking to an ass? And the ass talking back to him? Yeah. What the ass say? So I wasn't gonna say it because I know it starts, it won't stop. But again, it shows you the power of Yahweh that He can do with anything what He wants. That's one of the reasons y'all are here, because Yahweh open up your eyes and your ears to let you hear something you hadn't heard before.
Praise Yah.
Right? It's all been in this book all along, and nobody has ever read it. So now Yahweh's letting you see some things that you never even considered. It's a beautiful thing to see people grow in His Word. They can look and actually the Bible can answer all life's questions. Anything going wrong in your life, like King Shlomo said, there is no new thing under the sun. Right? So what are we going through now? It's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going through now? It's going to be done again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing new with mankind. Still doing the same dumb stuff over and over again. Each generation doing the same thing. They skip a generation, but again, that's nothing new. What one generation went through, now this generation going through. So it ain't nothing new. Right? Sickness, pain, everybody had that. Yeah.
So when they say Yahweh will draw you by His Spirit, what He is saying that I'm coming to understand that calling you to meet someone, engage in a conversation, that person is a little bit way more knowledgeable than you are, and drawing by Spirit mean open up the book and proving things. That's what it means when they say He's drawing you by the Spirit.
So you wonder what can be done about those people that when you open up the book and show them what it is, they won't do it. Well,
Yeah.
this is just an opportunity for you to drop that seed. Keep it moving. Because what you're dealing with is dry ground right now. But you're planting seed in dry ground. Let Yahweh water that ground and it'll sprout something up. Right? Because you can't make somebody see this. Right? Because you've been eating meat for quite a while now. That's why I warn y'all, brothers. Be careful what you feed these people. Simeon, man. Simeon don't care. You and your God gonna die. What is that to say to a person?
What he say? What he said, Elder? That wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call this.
Yeah.
That woman said, "Get your hand off this chair."
Yeah.
I thought that.
Simeon hardcore.
What's the difference between a false prophet and an enchanter or a wizard or witchcraft?
Well, a false prophet pretty easy to see that they can prophesy and see if anything come of the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So the
But
dreamer of dreams.
enchanter or witch, they can make things happen right away. They can set things up to happen. Tell you go this way, go this place, pick this up, go that place, pick that up, and bring it back to me.
So when we read right here in Exodus 22 about the you put a witch to death, Deuteronomy 13, that don't have nothing to do with, that ain't basically the same thing.
Deuteronomy 13, let me see.
Talking about the false prophet, the dreamer of dreams.
Hold on a second.
All right. Yeah, we told abstain from.
I got let me see here. That's strange. I just read it. Let me see. Oh yeah. In Deuteronomy 18, verse 10 and 11. Let's look at that because it's basically saying the same thing, but as far as a false prophet, Deuteronomy 18, it says, verse 10, it said, "There shall not be found among you any that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a dreamer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh. And because of these abominations, Yahweh thy Elohim does drive them out from before you. Thou shalt be perfect with Yahweh thy Elohim. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observers of times and unto diviners. But as for thee, Yahweh thy Elohim have not suffered thee to do so, because they are of the devil." Right? And your question was in Deuteronomy 13 about the false prophet.
Yeah, I was trying to see if that was basically the same as a witch or enchanter.
Um, that actually Yahweh's test his servant, right? To see if they will be obedient or not. That's what this is all about. So if you got somebody, Yahweh sent somebody to you to say, "Hey, I found another God," right? Well, now he's trying to take you away from Yahweh. Yahweh's jealous of that. So whoever does something like that, you're supposed to kill him.
Okay.
Right.
I just looked it up. It was 1931, Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31.
Leviticus.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's talking about the same thing.
right. So it's telling us to stay away from that.
Verse
19, verse 31.
19 to 31
Leviticus 19:30.
of 1930.
19, 19, verse 31.
31. Okay, yeah. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh your Elohim. So it's basically saying the same thing. If you read your horoscope, that's not of Yahweh.
So it's a lawful stay, not you go there.
No, don't go to these people.
Right.
Right. So because what it amounts to is that you go to these people, you're going to the devil.
Mhm.
So that's what the devil does, right? You look at when Moshe and Aaron took the staff of the Pharaoh, and Moshe told Aaron to cast his staff on the ground and turn into a serpent. Well, the wizard did the same thing with their staff. So what they get the power to turn their staff into serpents? It didn't come from Yahweh. What happened with Aaron's staff came from Yahweh. But what the wizards, the magicians, get their power to turn their staff into the serpents, the devil, right? Because you got to remember, he was the prince of this world at the time that Moshe shows up. And so the Pharaoh, like we just said here, these people did these things while they were in the land. That's what everybody was doing. We were believing the diviners and sorcerers. You look at, for instance, Nebuchadnezzar. He had his magicians, his sorcerers, and everybody around him to explain to him what his dream meant. Because he couldn't remember the dream, and he wanted, y'all tell me what the dream is. If you don't tell me what the dream is, I'm gonna make your house as a dung hill. In other words, you're gonna kill him. Right. So uh, everybody was scared because they told him, tell us what the dream is so we can interpret it.
He said,
He said, I cannot remember the dream. I need you to tell me the dream and what it means. They were stumped, right? Then Daniel shows up. Yahweh gave the information to Daniel. Daniel said, told God, take me to the king, got the answer. And what did God say? I found a man. He ain't found nobody. He volunteered. So Daniel broke that thing down to him, what the dream was, what it meant, and all that thing. He said, okay, you the man, Daniel. But see, Daniel got his from Yahweh Elohim, from Elohim of heaven, right? Them witches and them sorcerers and the astrologers, they had their power from Satan. And he couldn't do anything, they couldn't do anything about that. Satan would let them know that's what the dream was, but Yahweh let Daniel know that's what the dream was, so that Daniel would become a great man in his captivity. Now, that's just like the president of America got his cabinet, but he may have a witch on the side telling him what to do, what to think, how to deal with things. That's not beyond people of the day. This generation, that's not beyond that. So the people that are in power, where they get their power from?
Say,
Right? I mean, the power to do wrong. Right? That's what kind of power I'm talking about. The power to do wrong. Where did that come from? And they got a conscience of what's right and wrong. Everybody does. So if you got a conscience of right and wrong, you doing something wrong, you know that's wrong. But you're profiting off of it. One way or the other. Politically or economically. You're profiting out of it. So you see, that's Satan, again, deceiving the nations, making them think that they did that themselves. No, Satan's, you've been worshiping Satan all this time.
So Elder, would it be safe to say, because when you look at Joseph being sold, and Daniel and them going into captivity, would it be safe to say that it seems like everything that we go through, Yahweh set the stage for you to go through it because we don't know who we are? until way down the road. You see, like he set the stage by allowing, putting you in a situation and then manifesting to you to elevate you.
Yeah,
So,
and a lot of things that we go through in life. Um, they say hindsight is 20/20.
yes, sir.
So we understand that we had to go through that to get to where we are now. So that's why we have a past. You look at all the things we've been through and look at where you are now. You realize you had to go through those things to get to where you are now, right? So, for instance, people on lockdown, right? They're on lockdown because Yahweh put them on lockdown. Perhaps this is the only opportunity that they can learn about Yahweh. So there'll be a benefit to them if they find some Hebrew brothers up in there talking about the Bible, and they'll sit down and listen because now they got time, right? We get mail all the time about brothers up there seeking information from us because they've heard of us and they've seen us. So they want us to send them information because, like I said before, you got Christian brothers up in there. You got an established relationship with the prison system. Then you got the Muslim brothers up in there. Got an established relationship with the prison system. But we don't. They don't take us serious. The children of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites, they don't take us seriously because we're the new kids on the block. But nevertheless, the brothers still steadfast because they know what they're up against. They're up against established religions, and we're not established religion. Right? So it's a little harder for us because they don't respect us. We tell them what our dietary law is. They don't care. We send brothers calendars all the time, and we found out that they opened the calendar. Ain't no staples in it. Right. They opened the calendar, see what it was, sealed it back up, and sent it back to us. Yeah. Now we stand fast in the word. Brothers say, send us some information. We send it. But it got to go through the ward first.
Yes.
Right. And in some cases, they want us to come up there and say they want us to talk to the chaplain.
Yeah.
And we can't talk to the chaplain because he never picks up his phone. So they fight against us, but because we're not organized like Christianity and Islam. So we're kind of individualistic, but that's probably for our better good. Because now we can see that we're not under any rulership about anybody else. We don't have any speaks for us,
Right.
but we're individualistic in reading that Bible to each other. That's what it is with the brothers in prison. They can sit with each other and read the Bible, and plus they watch us, right? And they learn from us also, right? So every experience has a reason.
Yes.
It may seem negative at the time. We see, like in the case of Joseph,
Yes.
yeah, he got on lockdown for something he didn't do. Isn't that our story?
Yes.
But it was for a purpose.
Yes.
And he told the chef and the butler, "Don't forget I'm here." Right? But they had to forget he was there.
Yeah.
Because had they not forgotten, he might have got out of prison too early. So while he was in prison, that's when Pharaoh had them dreams. And so the chef said, my mistake. You have a Hebrew brother down there that interpreted our dreams. Pharaoh, go get him. So he got him, shaved him up, make him look like an Egyptian. And so now he can talk to Pharaoh, tell him what the dream is. But that had to happen as a negative experience at the time.
Right.
But Joseph figured out, that's why I'm here, to save my family. Because there's a famine coming upon the land. And Yahweh put me in the right place at the right time to get my folk up into Egypt so they can survive this famine.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all experiences are negative at first because we don't understand what's going on. Here, Joseph got his own brothers want to kill him, right? So that's just sibling rivalry. I mean, they were jealous to Joseph. Joseph was the son of Jacob's old age. Loved that boy because he loved the mother they married, right? So they were jealous of him because they always went to Joseph. Said, "Go and snitch on them boys. Let's see what they're doing." They snitch on them real good. They got tired of it, right? So they said, "We got to do something about this," right? So that's how the story goes, and it all turned out for the good. Yeah.
Now we're getting glory.
Right. And again, we can say the same thing about ourselves.
Yes.
We go through some terrible times sometimes. We wonder, why are we going through this?
Yes.
But then later on, you realize you had to go through that to get to where you are.
but we're a lucky generation because we're actually watching prophecy in action every day. But everything that's going on has already been prophesied, and we're living in it. So we're a blessed generation.
Yeah. Well, what we see in this prophecy actually coming to pass right before our eyes, but we had to go through certain things to get to the position that we can see these things. Because you could, whatever you went through in life, you had to go through that so you can see what this book is saying about what you went through. Because that's nothing new under the sun with y'all. Can we get back to Isaiah?
Yeah, cut 'em off.
It's been a while since we've been there.
The scene right there.
There you go.
You still in Isaiah 50, right?
Isaiah 51, verse 6.
Verse 6, okay.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 6. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Hearken unto me, you that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear you not the reproach of men, neither be you afraid of their revilings.
People hate Yahweh's law. And when they see people like us keeping Yahweh's law, they talk about it. They call us, we're in a cult. Well, how does a cult meaning get in the Bible? Because it says in here, it says, hearken unto me, you that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear you not the reproach of men, neither be you afraid of their reviling, calling us a cult. No, we don't care about that. The book is all over the world. And you don't have an excuse for not keeping Yahweh's law. There's no such thing as a New Testament. People try to cut the book up in half with Genesis to Malachi, separate that from the Gospels and the epistles. They can't do it because the Gospels and the epistles refer to the Old Testament. So how can you justify reading what you call the New Testament without, first of all, understanding the Old Testament? That's where they come from. And the Mashiach, a manifestation was fulfilling of a prophecy that he would show up. And then in Daniel chapter 9, talking about the Messiah showing up after a certain number of days, and that's when he showed up. And he talks about John the Baptist, that he's going to be saying a voice in the wilderness, right? So all that had to come to pass. And so when you read books like Isaiah, this was written before the things came to pass. But there are more things got to come to pass too. So if those things can't come to pass, then there are more things got to come to pass. For instance, the curse of Deuteronomy 28, those things had to happen to the children of Israel. This is what identifies us, who we are. We are the children of Israel because we're the only people that fit those curses, especially the last curse. We're going to be brought into Egypt again on ships. You shall be bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Who else has that happened to in the world? So yeah, it was written thousands of years ago, but why is Yahweh showing that to you now? So you can identify who these people are. They look like you. They were white people. That's what everybody thinks. Oh, Moshe wasn't Charlton Heston. That's what they look at me and say. That goes Moshe. No, you talking about Charlton Heston.
Long beard.
Yeah. But nevertheless, what we have here is a self-identification because it talks about, especially in Isaiah, it talks about the people that are abused and are oppressed. That don't worry about it. I'm going to bring you back on. Everything's going to be all right. That's basic with what he's saying. But who needs to hear this? Christians don't need to hear this. They're not being oppressed.
Man.
So there are only one people in America that are being oppressed. That's us. Because we can't get any justice in the courtroom. Police shoot you down without even asking a question. Right? And sometimes they find dead black folk laying in the street somewhere. Nobody knows what happened to them. And nobody cares. That got missing children, missing little girls, and you never hear about it on television. Let a white girl get missing. It's the news all day long. So those are the people that the Bible is talking about, the people that are oppressed, that can't get no justice. This is what this is based on. So to give us hope that there's a better day coming. Can't get it from the Christian. You got to wait till you die before you can go to heaven. While you're catching hell down here on this earth. Yeah. So the only relief is that you go to heaven. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 8. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of Yahweh. Awake, as in the ancient days and the generations of old. Are you not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?
What's he referring to here? Do we understand what he's saying here? Verse 9, awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of Yahweh. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Are thou not it that cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Who's Rahab and who's the dragon? Huh? Pharaoh in Egypt. See, you got to look at the terminology he's using. We're going to see that being explained in the coming verses. Read that verse again, brother, and continue to read.
Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of Yahweh. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Are you not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Are you not it which have dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over?
Now you see the connection between 9 and 10, because in verse 10, we're talking about the parting of the Red Sea, right? Are you not it which have dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that have made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? So he's talking about the children of Israel that came out of Egypt.
Right.
Right. So he let them go through on dry land in the midst of the Red Sea. So that's why we read in verse 9 that they're talking about Pharaoh in Egypt, what Yahweh did to Pharaoh in Egypt, and the fact that he brought his people out. Say, aren't you he who did these things? Right? Go ahead, Brother Seven.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 11. Therefore, the redeemed of Yahweh shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
What does it say? Therefore, the redeemed of Yahweh shall return. That means they haven't been there for a while. So they got to return back to this. So where are they?
That's the remnant, right?
Yeah, that's the remnant of Israel, right? But again, what we have here is someone's not in that right place right now. So they've got to return back to where they came from. All right. Go ahead, Brother Sam.
We the only people, we squatters all over the whole earth. We're not in our own land. We got people all over in Africa. That's not their land. Europe, China, Japan, everywhere.
Cheap rent.
Yeah, no, man. But that's where Yahweh got. He said, "I'm scatter you to the four corners of the earth."
Yeah.
Right. So we're in every place, but we have no power. Wherever we are, we have no power. That's a sign that we don't belong in those lands.
Homeless people.
Yeah, and people look at us differently. I mean, they look at us as another people. Who are you people? Right. So the name of Israel has been ceased from among men for quite a long time. And so nobody knows whatever happened to those people in the Bible. Well, it's if they don't exist anymore. But if they don't exist anymore, then the Bible is a lie.
That's what they say, they play on that thing about the Jews. That's what little hat people get away. But I ask people about the children of Israel, they say, I told you, they've been absorbed into God got mad with them people, so they've been absorbed in other people. They don't exist anymore.
I know.
But the book, like you said, the book talking about Israel.
Right.
The whole book.
Yeah. So these covenants are forever.
Right.
So if the covenants forever, that means people are forever. Because he got to have the people down that he made covenants with. Right? So the whole book is about them and their future. That he's going to bring them all back home. See, black people think America's their home. It is not. And white folk keep trying to let you know this ain't your home. Quit acting like you belong here. You were brought here as slaves, so we don't want you to think that you're equal to us. Right. So they have to pass laws to make it sound like we're equal to them. Why can't it be a natural thing? So, but it's got to be that way because Yahweh said, yeah, I got to beat your ass because you're not going to act right.
Right.
I sent my prophets to you. You killed some of them. You ran some of them off. Then I sent my only son to you, and you killed him. That's it. I'm through. I got to let the rest of these prophecies come to pass because in one of the prophecies said, Jerusalem shall be plowed like a field. Right? And that happened twice with the Babylonians and with the Romans. Right? So that happened. So now Yahweh doesn't have any need for his people to stay in the land because he warned them through Moshe, if you do these things, you're going to be spewed out the land like I spewed these other people out the land. So that's what he did. He spewed us out the land. We don't deserve to be there because our Father will not take this law seriously. And the worst thing that they could do is worship another God. If you remember up in Acts, they had people that had magical books, right? That's what our Father was off into, magic. And Yahweh could not allow his people to do that anymore. So up until now we understand why we're out and why people treat us so harshly. Because Yahweh did that. Now Yahweh brought a little peace to us.
Yes, sir.
Since we've been keeping his law.
Yes, sir.
We have had a semblance of peace. Where black people still kill each other every day. Right? After your mayor of Chicago said, we don't need your help, Trump. Right? The next night, 50 people got shot. In Chicago. How dumb is that? But that's your people. The white man trying to keep his land clean. And y'all over here tearing it up. So the white man let it know, this is my land. You don't come over here doing what you want to do. I'm getting you up out of here. You're either going on lockdown or you're going to Uganda. One of them things going to happen to you. And so I know the gangsters say, we can't go to Uganda.
Trump, he trying to save us from ourselves.
Yeah.
And the males don't want him to do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They've been caught. The male, them black males, it's easy to buy a black male. Yeah. They don't charge much. Yeah. And they do it with enthusiasm. Yeah, were you going to say something?
You remember Lori Lightfoot went straight to the hood.
Yeah.
To the gangster.
Yeah.
And say, here we go. I got money, support me. She didn't even cut no corners. She went straight to the street.
Yeah, well, she knew the constituents.
She backed up by the streets.
Yeah, and they voted for her twice.
Yeah, because she went to them. She went to the powers that be in the street.
So do you think they starting to wake up now because they see the illegal aliens coming into Chicago and the mayor pay more attention to them, illegal aliens?
That's to drive them up out of there. Let's get our people up out of there. That's the reason why it's being done.
Yeah, but black people, as much as they hate their mayor, they still gonna vote for
him. That's the darkness of it.
Yeah, well,
just can't see.
You kind of want to, do these people have common sense?
They ain't got none.
Yeah, but apparently. But did I get that for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go back to Isaiah, man.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 12. I, even I, am he that comforted you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the son of man which shall be made as grass, and forget of Yahweh thy maker that have stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and have feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor?
So this is someone that has an oppressor. Who's been oppressing white folks? Look what it says, because this is why they want you to read this part of the book. In verse 12, I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou that thou should be afraid of a man that shall die, and the son of man which shall be made like grass? We was afraid of white folk because those are part of the curses. So with the God will be evening, with the God will be morning. Right? They were afraid. They're still afraid of him, right? It says, And forget in verse 13, and forget of Yahweh thy maker that have stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundation of the earth and has fear continually every day because the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And what is the fury of the oppressor? Who else has been oppressed? We've been oppressed.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's talking directly to us. And people are missing this.
Mhm.
They said, why are you scared of the oppressor? I made the heavens and the earth.
Yes.
How are you going to compare the oppressor to me? Right? Go ahead, Brother Sam.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
Now it's a captive exile
Mhm.
that's being oppressed. Right? He said the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. We're the only ones in here that fix that scripture.
Praise God.
Because we're the only ones talking about, I got to get up out of here. I want to go back home. We're the only ones talking about that. You don't hear any Christian, black Christian saying anything about going back home, except it's going off to heaven. That's what they say. But going back home, they can't imagine going any place better than America. They ain't talking about going back home. Some of them Hebrew brothers, they're not talking about going back home either.
Mhm.
So you got NCCI talking about we ready to go. What we see happening in the streets of America and on television and all those places, it defiles our mind. We can't believe you are this wicked, this immoral, and we don't want our children growing up in this atmosphere.
Right.
Right. So we hasten. It said the captive exile.
Mhm.
Someone has been exiled
Yeah.
and is now a captive.
Praise God.
Right. We're the only people that fit that.
True.
We've been Yahweh exiled us out of the land.
Yes, sir.
We've been gone from the land for nearly 2,000 years, and we've been oppressed during that time. So it's a direct conversation, a speech to us.
Sir.
Why are you afraid of these people?
Mhm.
You got me, right?
Makes sense.
So go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14 again. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
No, I don't want to die here, starving to death. I want plenty of food, so it's time to go. I'll have a full belly. Isn't that what happened with the children of Israel when they came out of Egypt? Did they not have a full belly? Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Verse 15. But I am Yahweh thy Elohim that divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh of hosts is his name.
He's showing you how powerful he is. It says, but I am Yahweh thy Elohim that divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh of hosts is my name. Do you not understand what you're dealing with, Israel? I'm Yahweh. I do all these things. And you're afraid of a man that you can see?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yes, sir. Praise God.
Go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
Apparently, people of Zion don't know that they're Yahweh's people. You got to tell them, yeah, you're my people.
Yeah.
You call yourself black, African Americans, colored, Negroes. You my people. But the Christians don't want black people to read this. They say they stay out that Old Testament. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, it worked until recently. Now we can see it does have everything to do with us. Right? Go ahead, Brother Steph. But see, Yahweh let that all that happen so we be in a position to verify the things that we read in this book. Like we're using science and technology. These things happen. When did they happen? And whatever happened to those people? So I think what's that little phone thing that can talk to you when you talk back?
AI.
No, not AI. They got a name for it.
Oh, Siri.
Siri.
Huh?
Siri.
Siri?
Oh, but
Siri.
No, there's another name.
Alexis.
Alexis.
Same thing.
Alexis.
And Google.
Yeah.
She'll answer anything you ask.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they ask Alexis, who are God's people? I say, are those Jews God's people? He said, no.
That's
Yeah.
deep there.
They program.
You let that get out, huh?
Yeah. He said, no, they make the people.
AI did it too.
Huh?
AI.
AI?
Yeah, AI told
Yeah, well, they got that technology, yeah. But AI can be manipulated.
Yeah.
Right, so it make it say anything you want to say. But that's a dangerous technology, though, that they're saying. First of all, it's replacing a lot of people. Right? People losing their job. And then they can make that AI not become self-aware. Like in the Terminator. Remember that movie? The cyborg became self-aware. So AI could be made self-aware and won't do what you want it to do. Yes, sir.
One of them robots attacked somebody in a plant.
Yes.
I'm wondering what you got to say to a robot
Yeah.
make an attack.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, I know. So man messed with technology that he may lose control of, right? So if you got a system that says that can tell you a lie
Yeah.
and feel justified in telling you the lie.
Someone refused to turn off.
Yeah, yeah,
They got an override
They
system.
caught someone replicating themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's my white folks for you. They make a nuclear weapon and it's gonna be destroyed by their own nuclear weapons. Go ahead, brother Sam.
Uh, Isaiah chapter 51, verse 17. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which have drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up.
Mm-hmm.
These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee?
Mm-hmm.
Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee?
Mm.
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy Elohim.
So he's talking about the young brothers out there now killing each other. Go ahead, brother Sam.
Verse 21. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith thy Adonai Yahweh, and thy Elohim that plead up the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
Again, who does this fit? We were told that whenever you see a white man walking down the street, you go to the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at the people that are in captivity that are being afflicted. Who else on earth is being afflicted but us? But nevertheless, people still refuse that it's talking about us. They refuse to believe that. Well, it wasn't meant for you to believe it in the first place. It's only meant for Yahweh's people to believe what he's saying because Yahweh opened up our eyes to see, yeah, this got to be us. Because we're the only one in America that are being oppressed. I mean, you had the Chinese over here that were being oppressed for a minute, but they got their act together, and now you don't hear nothing about the Chinese. Same thing with the Mexicans. Just white folks just don't like nobody that ain't white. So they oppress anybody that wasn't white. But the other nations, they had it together because none of the nation was ever under slavery like we were. That we did not know, we didn't have any idea who we were or where we came from. And that lasted all the way up until now. Black people still don't know who they are, where they come from, and think that they even found America first. How you do that? See, you're always claiming something. No way to prove it, but you're claiming something. So ain't nothing we can do about that because those are not Yahweh's people that believe stuff like that. Because, like Paul said, all Israel is not of Israel. Right? So only Yahweh's people can hear his voice. Only Yahweh people know what this book is saying. A Christian will never know what this book is saying. If you believe in Christianity, you will never understand this book. Only people who Yahweh allow to understand this book, they let them understand the book.
Praise y'all.
So we should be doubly blessed,
Mm-hmm.
feel doubly blessed, because who else knows this about this book than you? You know everything about this book, and Yahweh answered your question, whatever you have as what the question you are,
Mm-hmm.
out of the book
Yes, he is.
to verify, am I hearing this right? So that happened to me when I first got here. I said, am I hearing this right?
Mm.
So I had to detoxify, and for a couple of months, that's 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 the only way I can put it. Without it coming to arrest me. For a couple of months to see if I'm really hearing this. And as come to find out, yes, I was hearing this right. So this man here is I ain't never met a man like this before that knows everything that's in this book. How does he do that? I wish y'all could have met him. He was awesome. Little rascal. Right. But yeah, but he's a gangster.
Just like Peter.
Yeah,
was a
he
Zilla
just
with a
yeah,
doggone
yeah.
sword. Couldn't be there.
Yahweh doesn't. You notice he doesn't choose people that are highly educated, being in theology, been